people, from learners, they say that, ma'am, I stuck between talking. When I
Hmm.
communicate, when I converse, usually it happens that I don't get words immediately. Later, when I start thinking, I get so many ideas, so many sentences, but at that very moment, I just go blank.
Hmm.
And for this, I feel that pauses have an important role. Like I'm speaking to you, and in between, you can notice that I'm giving little pauses here and there. And those pauses have been taught to us as punctuation when we were in school days. We were taught
Really.
when we became teachers, we taught to our students that pauses have a great role to understand any language. It's not about English, it's even about Hindi. If we don't give proper pauses, even Hindi cannot be understood by us. Okay. So today I want to talk to you about pauses. What is the role of pauses? Or maybe what is a smart pause? Like we pause, but sometimes abruptly, where it is not needed. So there, the other person can understand the person has got stuck, no words, maybe somewhere she went blank. So, what is a smart pause? How would you define, and what is your take on this?
Yes, here I would say when I'm talking about pause. So pause means to take breath, a calm breath between our conversation. When we start our conversation, we should take a deep breath so that we can take our conversation smoothly. And after every sentence, there should be calm breath also, because it gives a sweetness to your conversation. And we should be aware that how we can make these poses. Some
Mhm.
people think that we should stop for some time, and after making that proper gap, we should start. But it's not like that. There
Mhm.
are particular groups of words where we need to pause. Suppose if there is any article, so we should stop before any article. For example, if somebody says, I have a pen, so that is not a good word. If because I somebody has taken pause between a, there should be no pause after article. I have a pen. So this is the way. You know, in the same way, there are some other words like possessive pronouns. I have done my work. So that is not proper flow of the sentence. I have done my work. My work. These words are going together. So we need to think that where we should take pause.
Right.
So this is the thing. Like in the same way as I said that
Mhm.
before articles and before possessive pronouns, there are some details also. If we just want to add one particular detail, so that time also we can take little pause. And during conjunction, when we are saying something, we are adding conjunction. If I want to say that I am a great learner, and if I am posing, there is no use of this sentence. I
Right.
am a great learner and a passionate speaker too. So there should be a flow. So we need to think that how and where we need to take poses.
Right.
What do you think?
Yes, yes, it is important. It is very important to give pauses where it is required. Okay. And
Yes.
when we give pauses, what happens? The other person gets time to understand you, yeah, to comprehend your statement and get ready to answer the question. By the time
Hmm.
you speak, you give pauses, the person is mentally getting ready to answer the question. If you immediately, without giving any pauses, where is your pen? If I ask you, Geeta,
Yes.
you had one red pen yesterday. Where have you kept that? You will get
Hmm.
a little time to think,
Great.
okay, ma'am is asking about that pen, red pen, isn't it? So pauses have an important role. Now coming to
Hmm.
like different things when we talk about. Like, suppose I want to tell you that at present, Gita, I teach English only. But
Hmm.
in my past, I taught English, maths, Hindi, computer. Now, see, pauses are important because I want to
Yes.
give you the description of so many subjects. So, there should be
Hmm.
pause. Okay. And it makes the communication smarter, clearer,
Hmm.
clearer, and understandable. So one thing is like we talk about pace of speaking, speed of
Hmm.
speaking. हमें किस स्पीड में बोलना है ना? कुछ लोगों की आदत
Really.
होती है they speak a little faster. That is different thing. But deliberately giving pauses where it's required is called
Hmm.
smart pause. People should not
Pauses.
find,
Yeah.
okay, probably she forgot, and that's the reason she stopped there. She gave a pause. Okay, even though you
Really.
forgot, okay, cleverly use that flavor of giving pause. Okay, you think in your mind and you give a pause, but let not the other person understand that you forgot something. These kind of pauses actually are smart pauses. And now, do you have any question related to it?
Yeah, actually, you have already described beautifully that how poses plays great role and why they are important in our life during making any conversation. Because as you said, when we do conversation with someone, and if I am taking poses, so it is giving time to others to think, and at the same time, we are giving respect to our opposite person also. We are giving time to express their views also, what they just
Right,
want to say. If
right,
we
right,
are not giving something, we are speaking, so that is totally useless. And other myth is that people think that if they are speaking continuously, so they are just leading to fluency. But without pauses, there is no fluency. Yeah, it is a conversation like you are speaking in a robotic mode.
right.
What do
Very
you
true.
say?
Very, very true. Very true. It should have emotion, it should have expression. Yeah.
Yes.
And at the same time, you have to understand that who is talking to you, who is sitting
Hmm.
with you, what is your level of English, what is the understanding of the other person. Yeah, you can speak faster with native speakers. But as we all know, in India, most of us, not all, but most of us are struggling with this language. What we want to express ourselves in such a way that everybody understands. Simple, simple funda, okay? And we all want to grab this language in such a way that people should say, oh, she is flawless. She is fantastic. She speaks awesome, incredibly well. And for this validation, you have to learn that smart pauses play a crucial. It's not only about conveying your thoughts. When you ask anything to anybody, I feel
Hmm.
that we should speak that particular question in a very calm way. Every word
Really.
throw should be clear. That is also important. Not only pauses, the throw of the words. If you eat certain letter while speaking something, yeah, it happens that we eat up something. We don't pronounce the word correctly. Sometimes, maybe in hurry. Sometimes, maybe, अरे कहीं भूल ना जाऊं. So better to speak then and there because now the thought is there in my mind. I have to ask this question. So deliberately we speak fast. But no,
Really,
it's
really.
not the right way. Yeah, giving
Hmm.
pauses, very important. It's very important. And you really answered this question very well, very well. And
Yeah. Thank you.
listening again plays a crucial role. Like I'm speaking, you are listening carefully. The same thing should be done by me too. When you speak, I should not barge in between, I should not interfere in between. That
Hmm.
breaks the flow, somewhere that hinders the flow. Okay, so that is also important, and that is also a kind of pause.
Yes. And when we take pause, there is very little
Gap.
distance about the fumbleness.
Yes.
Because if we are able to mitigate our fumbleness when we are taking soft poses, we feel
Right.
confident because it provides clarity to ourselves.
So true.
When we are taking poses, we are quite clear that what we want to ask and what message we want to deliver. So if
Right, right.
anybody just wants to speak clearly, they should adapt that how to speak and how to take soft poses. As ma'am, you are already speaking so nicely. I would say that your voice modulation I always follow, and even sometimes I do shadowing with you.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Geeta.
So
Thank
I
you so much. That's the reason I speak easy English. First thing,
yes.
I learn new words every day. Every day, it's in my
Yes.
habit. I have been doing it since my childhood. My father used to say that before breakfast, it was mandatory for all my siblings, not only for me, that 5 new words you have to learn every day. You have to write their
Mhm.
meanings. Only dictionary was the means to find the meanings. And then you have to make one single sentence, simple sentence with all those 5 words. So we used to find the easier words from kitchen, from washroom, so that we can make sentences easily. But that has been my habit since my childhood. So every day I learn some new words, but I always try to keep my English as simple as possible for everyone to
Yes.
understand that English is not all about using fancy words or sophisticated words. English is something expressing yourself. How well you can express your thoughts or any topic. Like the way you explained this simple, how smart pauses can be given. It is understandable for everybody. Everybody can understand. Okay, and we don't know that who is going to watch our videos. Most of them must be beginners or maybe
Mhm.
some intermediate level learners. So for them, we should always keep our English somewhere. I know that you use idioms and phrases. You have made many videos related to idioms and phrases. Yes, and I have even seen that you conducted a few classes in the group. So I loved everything actually because of time constraint. I'm not able to join the groups. People used to ask, ma'am, you are there and you never join. Sometimes I join, but what happens, like within a minute or two, again I leave, because every after 10-15 minutes there is another call for me. Okay,
Yes.
so that's how.
Anybody just want to take smart poses in soft manner. So how one can take a smart pose? Please give some tips to our learners so that I and others can also follow.
See, one thing, that you have everything in your mind, you just
Yes.
speak with the smarter pauses. It means you are
Hmm.
clear about your thoughts and expressions. The second
Yes.
thing is that you really get struck sometimes. And it's nothing new, it's nothing
Hmm.
abnormal, it's quite natural. It's not that somebody can get stuck because it's an English language. No. Even in Hindi, also, somebody talks about nuclear science, somebody talks about AI. Maybe we don't have
Hmm.
sufficient data, we don't have sufficient knowledge. So at times we can get stuck. That's quite normal. Okay. But suppose you are on the stage addressing people, addressing parents, addressing a group of students, maybe.
Really,
And there
really.
are many things in back of your mind. If something is going on, you are thinking in your subconscious mind. Mind is like monkey mind, it travels a lot. Although I'm talking to Geeta, maybe my mind is somewhere else, maybe into the kitchen, maybe thinking something else. Okay, and at times it happens that just we forget, we are not able to correlate with the previous sentence, that what I spoke
Mhm.
and what should be my next sentence. It happens, and it is quite natural. So people should not feel that maybe because I'm gaining age, maybe I'm 50s, I'm in my 60s or 70s. No, When I was in my 40s also, at times I was going from the kitchen to the bedroom that I have to do this. And by the time I reach, I open my cupboard, I used to forget what for I came here. Okay. So
Yes,
these things are
natural.
natural. Okay. But how not to let your audience know? How not to let
Hmm.
your students know that somewhere you have got stuck? And how can you give pauses there? That is important. And how can we do that? Suppose you are explaining parts of a speech.
Hmm.
You are teaching a particular topic, maybe noun, maybe pronoun, adjective, adverb, anything. And types of adverb you forgot. You know what is adverb, you gave examples, you know that there are these many types of adverbs, but you forgot all the names. Okay.
Hmm. Yes.
So it's simple. Explain one, explain two, change the topic. Now it's quiz time. Now it's quiz
Really?
time. Let's start the
Really?
quiz. Okay. Be smart.
That's a real.
Yes. So that smartness is required. And this is the only difference between the students and the teachers. Or else,
Yes.
students are smarter than us.